Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Elder Scrolls Call to Arms, and we're going to talk the first box set you should grab if you're wanting to play a faction in Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. Now, I should mention this is going to be primarily focusing on the battle mode of the game, the player versus player version of the game, and so these are going to be suggestions on the first box set to grab if you're wanting to play that faction in the game as an army in battle mode. And so with all that said, let's get cracking on. We're talking about all the factions that currently have rules, and we'll talk about the couple that are very soon to have rules on what you should grab for them to get started with your Elder Scrolls Call to Arms army. And so to kick us off, the adventurers. Now, you could certainly go pick up a Dragonborn or any one of the boxes containing the Dragonborns. However, I think for starting out the game, I think the Adventurer Followers box is actually the best one to grab for the game. This will give you a variety of different heroes for your adventurers warbands, and you get some really good ones in there. First of all, you get Janessa, who's a really good archer. You get Mjol the Lioness, who is a solid combat character with some two-handed skills, and most of all, I like Mercurio. He's an adventuring mage, and he has a really cool ability called Mage Armor, where he effectively gets some automatic armor, so unlike a lot of mages, he's pretty tough. Turkethia's Golden Rock Miner is a really good, cheap additional option. Can take bows, can also have his pickaxe, which is a fantastically strong weapon if it actually hits, can do some serious damage. We've got a battle report up on the channel with the adventurers you can go see Turkethius in action. And lastly, you got Vorstag, a freelance adventurer, a pretty good stand-in for a Dragonborn, though not one himself, is definitely a solid hero you can use to start your force with. Moving on and looking at the blades. So particularly two models out of this box set, the Adventurer Wanderers box set, are what we're going to be looking to use. First of all, you have Delphine. You have the amazing lady character that steers you through many of the main quests in Skyrim available in this box set. She's a great miniature. And of course, you can add your Dragonborn into your Blades factions and stuff like that. So the Steadfast Dragonborn, who is a much more resilient version of the Dragonborn, is a great option to add in. You also got some other bits and pieces you can use for the faction as well, with the Breton Fire Mage and all of that, and some other adventurers, but this gives you those two starting pieces for your Blades faction, and the rest is great to have there for later use as well. Continuing on, we're now going to look at the College of Winterhold, and I'm going to suggest the exact same box for the last faction. This will give you a Breton Fire Mage and your Dragonborn, which you can use to start out your College of Winterhold army. The Dragonborn can use all manner of magic, and a Fire Mage is really cool. And if you're going to pick this up, maybe grab the Flame Atronachs alongside as well, as they could prove an invaluable resource to have as something to be able to summon to the battlefield, which would be pretty cool with some conjuration magic at your disposal. If you're looking to get started though with the Dark Brotherhood, the Council of the Dark Brotherhood box set is the best way to go. This is going to give you a variety of different heroes that are going to be able to do all manner of different things. You're going to get Astrid, the leader of the Dark Brotherhood, and you're going to have things like Festus Krex, who'll be able to cast some magic in support. Nazir and Gabriella are great as some good shadowy movers, especially Gabriella providing some archer support. And then you've also got Vizira, the last shadow scale there, as a cool Argonian model that's really good rocking around in different types of terrain. And lastly, Babette, because who could not love Babette, the baby vampire? She's an amazing model and character to have in your Dark Brotherhood force. Next, we've got the Dawn Guard. Now, there's not a lot of information on this box set out just yet, but the Dawn Guard are coming, and this will be one of the starter boxes. You can see your hero there for your Dawn Guard, along with your Armored Troll and some other Dawn Guard rocking out those amazing looking axes and armor. Dawn Guard will be great. Can't wait to see them in the future very soon for Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. And Draugr. Now, you can find the rules for Draugr currently downloadable on the Modiphius Games website. They're free to download. They're currently in playtest, but you can play with a full Draugr faction. And once again, we have battle reports up with Draugr on the channel. And I would recommend grabbing the Bleak Foes Barrow Delve set to begin with. Now, you do get a cool Dragonborn, and what's cool about this is you're going to get a box set where you can actually play Delve mode by yourself as well. But the Draugr Overlord, 3 Greatsword Warriors and 3 Skeleton Archers give you plenty to play with in this particular game. It'll give you enough for a 200 Septim force to really have some interesting things to do. Draugr are a ton of fun to play as a playable faction in battle mode. Next we have the Imperials, and the faction starter set, well, is the obvious place to start for the army. You're going to get Hadvar, the hero of Helgen, the character in Elder Scrolls Skyrim that you end up leaving Helgen with if you choose to go with the Imperials. He's a really solid, strong character, great defensive ability, and has some great defensive buffs around him. You got the Imperial Mage for some magical support, and 3 Imperial soldiers with swords and shields who are pretty decently survivable troops for your faction. And moving on to their direct rivals, the Stormcloaks. Obviously, the faction starter set, once again, is the best place to start. You're going to get a much more offensive team here than you get with the Imperials. Your Sorrel Thrice Pierce Stormcloak Commander is a fantastic offensive character, and Ralof is going to give you some really good sort of balance with that, with a really sneaky bow wielding character as well. So these two complement each other really well. Your Stormcloak soldiers with great swords, they're all offense all the time, though they do have two-handed block and some other cool abilities they can use. It's really about getting in and getting the fighting and having Ralof loose some shots and pick off some other targets that maybe your Stormcloaks are going to struggle to get to. Next up, we've got the Thieves Guild, and you can also start off a Nightingale's force with this same box set as well, but we have the Adventurer's Delver's box. So first of all, you're going to get a Dragonborn Nightingale, that model that everyone ends up being in Skyrim. No matter how much you say you're going to do that spell sword in the game, you end up being a Nightingale stealth shooting with a bow. Now, you've also got a Dumber Thief for another character within your force, and then you've got a couple of other little bits and pieces around. You've got a Banning, who's the dog handler, you get the War Dog in there, and you've got Arane and Pantia Atia as well. But it's all about those first two, the Nightingale and the Dumber Thief, to start off your force of the Thieves Guild. And lastly, the last faction coming soon, we have the Volkihar Vampires. They'll be out soon. You can see the miniatures here, they look absolutely amazing. You've got the awesome Vampire Lord that you can turn into, you've got the leader, and you've got all your amazing characters in there as well. Just some great pieces around the force. They'll be coming, and so will bandits as well, though we don't have any pictures of a bandit warband. We have had them mentioned. But that is everything for Elder Scrolls Call to Arms. Don't forget to come check out some of the battle reports. We've got both Delve mode and battle mode available on the channel for you to watch. It's a fantastic miniatures game where you only need a handful of miniatures to play. It's so great. Well, thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, if you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked down in the description of the video. Also, if you'd like to help support the channel more financially, you can do so either by joining our Patreon or YouTube members, of which you'll find both the links of both of them down in the video's description as well. As a special thank you to everyone who does support the channel via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give a shout out to them all. So a special thanks to our Patreons, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, and Samuel. And a special shout out to our YouTube members as well: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Rollis, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, the Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Sean Scott, DS, and Ariana Edwards. And a special thanks lastly to, first of all, Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you can see pictured here for the channel. And a special shout out to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work for our Discord server. You're both absolute legends. Thank you all for watching once again. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.